Hi guys, today I want to revisit one of my popular videos, which was about the Obsidium Shuffle. Now, the way the shuffle used to work was that you would actually be able to just vendor the gems and come out on top, but this shuffle's changed a bit due to the change in vendor prices of the green quality gems, and because of that, the lazy shuffle, so to speak, is dead. However, the shuffle still remains alive if you're going to do all of the steps of it and not just the lazy version. As you can see, I've got a whole bunch of ore here, so I'm going to prospect all of that. I probably bought all this at about 45 gold per stack of ore, but that's not really that important of an issue because, like I said, this isn't about vendoring to get on top. This is about what I get out of it in regards to materials. So let's go ahead and prospect all of this ore. Once you finish prospecting, you'll have an assortment of rare and uncommon gems, such as these. At the time that this video was taken, Zephyrite was still vendoring for 5 gold per piece uncut. At the time this video goes live, though, however, that will not be the case. Zephyrite are probably best saved for doing the daily, selling on the daily, or possibly for anything in the future they may add to give Zephyrite a new use, but at the time that this video goes live, there really isn't a great use for them other than maybe stockpiling them. Or you can use them to transmute Shadow Spirit Diamonds, but that requires all the other uncommon quality gems, so choose wisely on your choice there. What I do is I tend to transmute all of my carnelians into Inferno Rubies, and I will cut all the other things into jewelry. However, there are a few other options. Basically, like I said, you can cut jewelry and you can transmute carnelians into Inferno Rubies. You can cut jewelry as well as cut carnelian spikes, which are a fist weapon, which will DE into lots of greater celestial essences, which is why that's a pretty good choice if you're hurting for enchanting mats. However, that will lower the amount of Inferno Rubies you end up with. The third option is to transmute Shadow Spirit Diamonds with a Transmute Alchemist. I personally do not do this because I'd rather save my carnelians for other things, but it could be a good choice for you if you have a lot of valuable Shadow Spirit cuts, and there's a good market for that on your server. As you can see in the video right now, I'm going to be cutting the jewelry, and basically I'm using Trade Skill Master with the mailing plugin to mail all the greens off to my disenchanter, and all of the blue quality gems, or blue quality jewelry, which proc randomly when you're crafting these jewelry, those all get mailed off to my auction house toon, and I sell every blue quality jewelry piece for 200 gold a piece, and they tend to sell pretty well. There are 4 different pieces of jewelry, one for each type. There are Nightstone chokers, Hessonite bands, Alicite pendants, and Jasper rings. The Nightstone, Hessonite, and Alicite all take 2 gems per piece of jewelry. Jasper takes 1 gem per ring, and they can all proc these random blue quality pieces of jewelry. And so basically what I do is I make all of this jewelry, and then I disenchant it and craft it into different sorts of enchanting scrolls to sell. So that's the way I go about this. Let's continue making all that jewelry. Of course, you can mix and match some of the options that you have available. You can transmute some Shadow Spirit Diamonds while using some of your carnelians to make spikes, some of them to make Inferno Rubies, transmuting some Hessonite into Ember Topazes while also making jewelry. It's really incredibly versatile and can change depending on what you need, what professions you have, what you like to do, and the way your server's markets are behaving. Now, as you can see, I'm transmuting some Inferno Rubies on my Transmute Spec Alchemist. I get some nice procs, so I'm going to be able to cut a lot of Inferno Rubies just in time for 4.2, lucky me. And I actually bought my Heart Blossom. You can always farm up your own, but I find it time efficient just to buy Heart Blossom. It's usually pretty cheap. Inferno Rubies are commonly transmuted with the shuffle. On Horde I will actually transmute Ember Topaz as well because it actually sells very high over on Horde side. So keep in mind that the shuffle can and should be adapted to your particular server and situation. I am of course sitting here disenchanting all of the jewelry. I tend to get more dust than I get essence since I only do jewelry and I don't do the carnelian spikes very often. So you'll notice I end up with a lot of hypnotic dust. Now, what I use these enchanting mats for is you can sell them raw, but I usually like to get the most bang for my buck, which usually ends up being enchanting scrolls. I actually sell almost exclusively enchant chest mighty stats, which is 15 stats to chest. It costs only 2 lesser celestial essences to make, and I sell them for 300 to 400 gold because no one else makes this. It's ridiculous. I really recommend checking out the lower level enchants for Cataclysm, the ones that take lesser celestials or just dust, because a lot of people don't seem to be making these, and I make bank off of these. But of course, you definitely need to take a look at what your server allows you to do. I'm going to send off the enchant materials that I didn't use to bank, and I'll send off the scrolls to sell. And then after this I end up going back to my jewel crafter, cutting all the rare gems and all those inferno rubies I transmuted, selling them all for quite the load of profit. That's basically the real Obsidium Shuffle. Different people will adapt it in different ways to fit their own situations. It's something you should definitely look at doing for your own shuffle, but this is basically what people talk about when they say that the shuffle still does make money, is doing this kind of stuff right here. I hope this helped. I know a lot of people said, no, the Obsidium Shuffle doesn't work, again, to my previous Obsidium Shuffle video, so I just wanted to let you know that it still does work, you just gotta do it right. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Please be sure to check out my blog, nerffaids.blogspot.com. Have a great day.